You've probably seen this creepy video of me dancing in the middle of the night, alone, in a deserted street. They call me the Serbian lady. Who am I? Listen carefully to my story, because you could be my next victim. It all starts in 2019, with a video filmed near a hospital. Some students catch me dancing alone under the streetlights. Suddenly, I start chasing one of them with a knife. The police searched the area, but I disappeared. Legend has it that a few years ago, a woman dressed in white, probably on was dancing in the streets of Svestra in Serbia and attacking passers-by with a knife. She was hit by a car and died. Since then, videos of me dancing in various countries have surfaced, only to terrorize the web. Don't get me wrong, I'm here to freak you out. If you're out late at night, you might run into me dancing. If you meet me, don't look me in the eye, it might make me angry. I will ask you to dance with me, and then you will have two choices. Accept my invitation, and I'll let you go in peace. Refuse, and I will chase you with my knife, without respite. I remember a victim, alone, walking at night. She passed me, looked me in the eye, and refused to dance. Her night ended in terror. So, watch yourself and don't go out too late at night, especially alone. Because I could be there, right downstairs from you.
How come nobody is talking about these pictures? And wait till the end of the video because it's frightening. Scientists are now being funded by the US military to create giant spiders. I gotta eat something for this one. These spiders are being created in different sizes, with some being as small as a chihuahua to others being as large as a car. Now these spiders will have implanted electrodes in them that send out electric signals throughout the body, so they're easily controlled. Basically, cyborg spiders. They've been testing this with other bugs for years now, but figured that spiders would be the best fit because they can stick on walls and carry out complicated tasks that humans can't usually do, like find their way through buildings hit by earthquakes, or retrieve and climb things hard for humans to reach. They've even created spiders with wings to use as drones, claiming that this is way cheaper than actually building fully functional drones and robots. Wait, before I continue, I'm sorry for eating this food in front of you. Just for making you suffer, your fourth at has to order you pizza now. Let me know who it is so I can tell them I said so. Now the scary part is some spiders have actually been reported of escaping. I'm told that at least 20 giant spiders have escaped in 5 different labs scattered throughout the US. So if I were you, I'd stay inside this summer.
Things under a microscope, Part 8. Dog's nose.
They never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Tiny crabs.
I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Why the Ocean is Creepy Part 6-6. The sky is feeding birds and then fish happen. Wait for it. Look at the speed.
Acorda. Tá aqui.
Amor?
Vai embora da minha casa agora!
Deixa eu entrar.
Você não é bem-vindo aqui.
Me deixa entrar. Sou eu.
Vai embora.
Me deixa entrar.
Ele não tá passando. Ele não vai passar. Ele não passa.
Me deixa entrar.
In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the Holder of Wisdom. The desk clerk will chuckle and guide you to an empty room. They will hand you a key and tell you to wait some time in the room until you hear a bell ring. When it rings, you have to lock the door through which you entered. Wait until a second ring and unlock it. Once those instructions have been carried out, the door will open all by itself and reveal a long hallway with every conceivable color painted onto the walls, ceiling, and floor. Follow the hallway until you hear a little girl singing. Stop, close your eyes, and stay where you are until the girl finishes the song. If you fail to remain perfectly still, run. Run back to the door through which you came as fast as you can. Jump through the window of the room where you waited earlier, and you might live. Should you be unable to reach the window in time, you will be dragged back into the hallway by something that is definitely not a little girl. You will be pulled by this horror until time itself ends, forever feeling the pain of every soul dragged to an early grave. If, on the other hand, you manage to remain perfectly still until the song ceases, you will free to either turn around and leave forever, or venture further into this realm. If you prefer the latter course of action, walk deeper into the hallway until you reach a human-shaped door. Open it with the same key that was given to you earlier, step inside, and close the door behind you. In the middle of the room, you will see a desk with a bright candle. Behind the desk is a man, whose face isn't visible behind the shine of the candle. Approach, but always keep the flame between you and the man's face, for if you witness what he looks like, your gaze will be fixed on his until your own hands have removed every inch of skin from your bones. Stop when you are 5 steps away from the desk. The man will raise his hand and gesture you to come closer, but do not step any further than this. Close your eyes and ask him one question. Who will bring them back together? You will hear the man rise from his chair and begin to pray in a language that you will not understand. After 2 minutes, you will hear a name. If you hear Anubis, then you had best utter your own prayers in the short time you will have to do so. But if it is Thor you hear, then you may open your eyes. You will see the man's severed head lying on his desk, still speaking. After another 3 minutes, his prayer will cease, and he will tell you how you will die. He will describe every minute detail of your horrible death, and you will be unable to move or react while he explains your end. Lastly, he will describe the one who will steal your life away from you, and go into such detail as to why it is necessary that you yourself will question which would be worse, you being murdered, or you being allowed to continue to live. Eventually, the head will finish its ghastly tale. It is Object 9 of 538. It is up to you what you do with the knowledge of your death. For now, it is inevitable.
So this video is going viral in Mexico, and basically this group of friends is camping, and they can tell they're being hunted or stalked or something. So they actually take their drone out and use thermal to follow it, and that's what you can see here. Well, then something unexplained happens. I went ahead and translated the audio, so here it is from the beginning.
Context. I went camping with some friends, and we noticed that a person started following us. During the night we felt being watched, and heard noises around us. The next day at camp we saw their tracks, and we were missing things. I raised my drone with thermal camera to follow the person and retrieve our things. The person stopped at this point. Change the vision of the drone to see the person, and this is what happened.
This is a really creepy story, and it's just unfolding in South Korea right now. There were a pair of women's shoes that seemed to be pretty hard to get, but only 12 boutiques in all of South Korea sold this particular woman's shoe. Maybe this was even like a selling point for the buyers, it seemed like a good purchase. Until every single one of those women, they get a phone call from the police. And it was strange. The police called and asked, "Hi, is this so-and-so? Did you buy the shoes at this blank boutique?" "Yeah. How did you know where I bought it?" The police told the woman, "You're not in trouble. We're just investigating a case and we need to make sure that you're alive and well." These same women would later turn on the news and find out that the police were investigating a serial killer, and that killer had a pair of these exact shoes in his apartment, and the police suspected it belonged to a victim. The police also found a dead body shoved and locked into his apartment closet. It's just so freaky. Like, a lot of people have been talking about this in South Korea because it would freak me out too. I don't know if I could ever even wear those same shoes ever again. Could you?
This photo is infamous because for nearly 10 years after 9/11, no one knew who this guy was. His family assumed that he died during 9/11, but they had no real proof. And so one day his sister was down at the memorial. There's a museum where they have pictures and the names of all of the first responders that were working that day that passed away. And so she saw her brother's name, Gary Box, but the photo that was of him was not him. They went on this long thing trying to figure out, like, did he die? What happened to him? Like, we don't know, because this is a photo of someone else, so maybe they found those remains and they just assumed it was him. After a long time of searching, they got this photo and they knew this was him. They ended up getting the email of the guy who took this photo. He said he snapped the photo shortly after the plane crashed. For the longest time though, this photo circulated and no one knew who this guy was.
And curtain number 1 is correct.
Wait. You don't remember what she looks like?
What? What's wrong with you? And what?
Took my daughter.
Parker?
Please let me inside.
Parker!